एक और incident था, like I remember when I was so I was at Times now for 6.5 years, and I was the entertainment editor. And I remember someone on my team had gone to interview Dharmendra. Okay, and he was doing an interview after a very long time, I think on one of his birthdays. And this was one, like, my teammate was a huge fan of his, and her family was a huge fan of his. And I totally understood that, because if you watch someone your whole life, it's a moment. And then she came back and she was like, it was so lovely, he was so warm, he was so kind, he was like. And then I watched the interview, and the questions were fine, but the opening was something along the lines of, oh, one of my life's biggest dreams is coming true, da 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 da, because I'm sitting next to the one, the only. And I edited it out. And then she came back to me, because as editor, we are also looking at these stories that go on. And I'm like, she's like, why did you edit my opening out? And I said, well, and I won't name her, I just said, listen, I think the rest of the interview, you actually held yourself really well with him. You asked all the right questions with the right amount of respect and love, and even the admiration that you have for him. But that opening, you sounded like a fan. And while if you want to keep that for your own record, and how he reacted to it, I'm like very happy for you to take a copy of it. But I feel like if I put this out to the audience, then they stop thinking of you as a journalist. Then they're like, anything she asks, she's going to ask only from that POV. And of course, we're all fans of Dharmendra, but as a journalist in particular, I was like, no, there has to be that level of, you have to be able to ask every question that you want to ask.
Yeah, yeah.
So thankfully she got it. She was a little annoyed by it, but she got it eventually. She next day she came back, and on the day when I cut it out and like that didn't make it to the show, she was like, yeah, Janice, no, I think you were wrong. But the next day she came back and she's like, I thought about it and it makes sense. Yeah, on camera I don't need to be a fan.